Good morning, this is Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards. I decided we needed to make a birthday card. So today we're making this card. And this is a free stamp set right here in celebration. This brochure here. It's good until the end of the month, March 31st. And then I also used the dies that you can purchase right here. I used this one, and this little one here, like this. I'm going to have mine on a little thing here like this. As far as I know, those are still available. And those are good till the end of the month. Here's the stamp set that I used. I used the frosting, the cupcake holder. Let's see, what else did I use? This little stamp right here. That's what I used on this. And then I also used the More Than Words, which is on this as well. Let me get you the right page. And this is sold out, the little frog dies. I heard they sold out pretty quickly. Anyway, I'm using Today Calls for Something Sweet. These are available through the end of the month as well. So I used this one right here. This one, and then I used Amazing Life stamp set. On the inside, I stamped Life is Too Short to Say No to Cake, and then the Happy Birthday. So these are the products that we're using today. And I also used the rectangle stitch framelits. Remember, I'm having a drawing at the end of the month. Get your name in the drawing 3 times if you sign up as a demonstrator under me. If you don't want to be a demonstrator and you just want to be my customer, for every $50 you purchase on my website, I'll put your name in the drawing. And then there's my host code. Use that for every $50 or more, up to $150. If you spend $150, don't use that. So let's get started on this card. Have everything cut out, stamped, ready to go. Okay. First thing I'll explain, this is Highland Heather. Open up, 8.5 by 4 1/4, scored at 8.5, 11. Sorry, 11 scored at 5.5. This is 4 1/4. So that's the base. And then the gingham paper. This is the inside. This piece is 5 1/4 by 4. We'll go ahead and glue that to the inside. Let's put this on it first. I took a small piece of the Gala gingham paper and glued to the bottom of this piece. I'll go ahead and do that. This is 4 1/4 by 3/4. So glue that to the bottom. I just lined up the edges. And because this has white on it already, if it's a little bit off, it's not going to be that noticeable. So we'll glue this to the inside of the card. And that inside will be done. I'm really excited about my next video. I'm going to be using the needle and thread stamp set and some of the dies. I don't think I've used that one in any of my videos yet. I might have used pieces of it, but I'm really excited about the card that I have to show you tomorrow. Okay, the inside of our card's done. Now we're going to work on this. This piece was like this. And this piece is 5 1/4 by 4. And I took the dies and I believe I used this one. Nope. I used the fourth, 1, 2, 3, fourth from the largest to cut the center out. And then for this one, I used third from the largest to cut this one out. So that's what I did for this. And then I also, for the sentiment, I used the smallest here in the center. After I stamped it, then I used this one to cut the sentiment out. So those are the rectangle stitch dies I used. So the first thing we're going to do is glue our gingham piece to our Highland Heather. I used wet glue on this because it's easier for me to get things centered if I do that, because I can move it around a little bit until it's where I want it. Just like that. Okay, then I took our little frame piece and I glued it to the front of the card. This is a really cute set, and you can do lots of things with it. This is just one example. I found so many different examples, not only on YouTube, but the one that was in the catalog. I kind of patterned it after this one right here in the celebration brochure. It's a little different, but that's pretty much what I patterned it after. I don't know how I managed it. I must put too much glue on. Okay, then I took this piece, move that over, and you can cut this off, which is what I did because you're not going to see it anyway because it's underneath the sentiment. So I just cut that off because I don't need it on there. And I glued this to the front of the card. Just right about in the center there. And then I took my frostings and I used Stampin' bench-shells on the backs of these. So we'll put one. This is the purple one for the Highland Heather. I stamped it. And it doesn't matter if you cover up that little hole because you're not going to see it anyway. So I put this one on here. It almost looks like an ice cream cone with different layers of ice cream. Kind of reminded me of that. I don't know that I would put this much frosting on a cupcake, but yeah, it was kind of interesting. Okay, that's Highland Heather. This one is Flirty Flamingo, and I just put one on there, and then I put glue right here because we're going to just glue it to the top of this. When I did this one, I think that was, let's see, what did I use? Grapefruit Grove, maybe. But I decided I wanted Flirty Flamingo on this one. Okay, now for this, I didn't want to cover up my little holes, so I used mini dimensionals on here. Just like that. And then put glue. I just lost my little heart cherry. And I also wanted a little dimensional behind my little heart, so I put a mini on there because they fit. It fit perfectly on there. You just don't want it to show when you glue it down. Okay. I could put a little bit more glue right here. There. Okay. And I took this very carefully and decided where I was going to put this. I put it right, you can see, right on top of that little dimensional right there. And then I stuck it down. Just like that. Okay. That looks like I need to move that dimensional. That didn't work. So let's take that one off. Put a little dab of glue on the front of this. And right here. And then put it down. There. That's better. Okay. After I did that, get all my stuff out of the way here. It's stuck to me. Everything's stuck to me. I decided to go ahead and put this on here next, and I used dimensionals on the back of it. I love this color. Okay. I hope everybody's having a surviving the winter and daylight saving time. Make sure I got all of those, and then we're just going to center this right in the center of our card, just like that. Okay. Then I took my sentiment and I took, find the bottom, I put mini Stampin' Dimensionals along the bottom. I can use that one because it's going to hang off the edge. And so I didn't want it to sag. So I did that, and then I put glue across the top. Can't believe that celebration is almost over. Then I kind of just scooted this until it landed where I wanted it. and centered it on that piece right there. Just like that. There. Okay. Then I took my balloons, and as you can see, this one's kind of hanging off the edge, so I put one mini dimensional right here on the edge of that balloon, and then I think I only used one, yeah, and then I put glue on this side. Well, I forgot to do something. Make sure I do this first. Let's do our string before we do that. I just took some of this white string. I think this came from one of my paper pumpkins. Oh, goodness. I'm having trouble with glue again. Anyway, I cut 3 pieces of this twine, or whatever it's called. It's Whisper White. You can just use, you know, whatever color you happen to have. This is just, I thought this looked good with this card, so I cut 3 pieces of this. And I took a mini glue dot, and I put a mini glue dot right there because I'm going to want something to kind of hold that string in place until I'm ready to put it down. I used the balloon punch, the small balloon, to punch these out. And this is Balmy Blue. This one is Flirty Flamingo, and then this one's the Highland Heather. And I just laid that string down just like that, and I took a small piece of tape to tape that so it wouldn't come off. I almost forgot to do this. Okay. I'll put one on this one. Piece of tape. Definitely need to do this before you do your dimensionals and glue. Tape showing there. Don't want that showing. Make sure you cut your tape small enough so it doesn't show. Okay, one more. You could draw the balloon strings in, but I found it a little bit more, I don't know, had more dimension by actually putting string on there. Okay, now let's put this on. So then I put my glue right here on this side. This is the side that's going to be touching the corner of this card. So I just put this balloon right here in the corner, just like that. Okay, string hang down. Then I took my pink one and put a dimensional just at the very top of this balloon. Because it's barely going to be hanging over. So right at the top, and then glue here. If I took the cover off of that, yeah. And then put this one kind of over and up, like that. And I took my purple one and put one big Stampin' dimensional on it, right in the middle. Because that one's going to go over the top of the other two. And down a little bit. Just like that. Then I brought the strings down and I wasn't quite sure how to do this because I wanted to tie a bow, so I cut 3 pieces just like this. And tied a bow. Sorry, this card's taking a little bit of time. So we tied a bow, just like that. You need a very big bow. Adjust your things so they're even. Should have had this bow ready. And then I put a glue dot on the back of it. Just like that. And then I took another glue dot. Kind of folded it. Pulled my strings down. Put it there so that the strings would be kind of right there. And then I took my bow, put it over the top, and I trimmed the ends. So these would hang down. And then I trimmed these so they wouldn't be so long. Just like that. Okay. The next thing I did was took a chalk pen and did like that to make it look like, you know, reflection. And then you can use Wink Estella I put on my balloons. I put these little sequins. I put glue dots behind them already. And then I took my Wink of Stella. Find it here. There it is. Look. And then I just put Wink of Stella on the balloons. Can get it to come out. Just like that. I wanted the balloons to be shiny, like balloons are shiny, kinda. I just kinda went underneath. Just like that. And then I put a little bit on this, just to make it shiny. And there you have it. Yeah, happy birthday card. There you go. I thought that that turned out really cute. I love this paper, and this is a cute set. I'm going to have to make some more cards with it and just experiment around with it. And anyway, I hope you have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you or do a video for you tomorrow, and I'll announce my winner of the card that I'm giving away. For those of you that had commented on my video, it's all set, ready to go. All you got to do is have a stamp set and put it together. Have a blessed day.